All right. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Miss Hollywood, and I have my other Woo Honey Wednesday on a Tuesday sister here, Alto Edwards. Alto!
Hello.
Before we get started, do you want to tell everybody where they can follow you and chase you down at on
Chase
social
me
media?
down. Don't chase me down. Nah, you can follow me on Facebook at Alto Edwards. And I am also on TikTok at Queen Alto underscore. Yeah. And on Instagram, Queen Alto 77. Yeah. Follow me on
Okay.
all the
She all over
socials.
the place. She all over the place. Next thing you know, she got a damn YouTube channel, and then y'all gonna have to
Oh.
find that. All right, so guys, listen. The reason why we should be joined by Sunny D shortly. We'll wait for her to come in so she can chime in. But I just felt like going live tonight because first off, we haven't done this like this as the ladies of Woo Honey Wednesdays usually in a while. Um, but there have been some questions and some DMs and some comments and stuff posted, and I just wanted, I just thought it would only be better to have these ladies on here while we answer these questions. Plus, we're a celebrity gossip and trending news platform as well. So we're going to be covering some of that because there's a lot of trending news and gossip, and that's the world we live in, right? It's a crazy world we live in. So before we get started tonight, I don't know if y'all saw my video today, but Alto, I just wanted to ask you as well. My regular nail tech was not available today. Okay, they were closed. My nail tech, the one that I like to use, isn't in until Thursday. But I was gonna go there and use someone else at the same shop today because I just needed my nails done. And I found out they're closed, and I'm not sure why they're closed, but they're closed. They were closed. So I decided to go to a place that I said I would never go to again because they messed up my nails before and had them so soft they were like tissue paper.
Ooh.
And I vowed to never go there, but I was kind of desperate. So just take from that. Never say what you ain't gonna do. Never say never because you never know. But I went to get the nails right, get my nails done, and the nail tech takes off all of my old paint. Right, she takes off all the old nail polish,
Mm-hmm.
and as soon as she's done, she says, "Oh, it's going to be an extra $5 because your nails are long." I said, "What do you mean an extra $5?" Like, okay, $5 ain't nothing, but why are you charging me an extra
Mm-hmm.
$5? Period. I don't care if it was $1. Like, why are you charging me extra five? She said, "Oh, well, you nail long, more polish."
Oh.
I don't know. Listen, there was a young lady in the comments earlier when I did the live. She said that in North Carolina, thing. I've never heard of it, but you're not going to just spring something like that on me instead of telling me in the beginning so that I can make a decision whether or not I want to spend $5 extra, right?
Yes. So it wasn't like
Right.
on the
So
policy anywhere. It wasn't on the door. It wasn't on the.
no,
He was just like, "Oh, I took all this polish off. These are your natural nails, and now I got to charge you $5 more."
before more polish because it need more polish. I said, "Oh, okay, I'm good. I got my keys and my phone," and I was getting ready to walk out the door, but the lady at the front desk was like, "Oh, no, 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 no! You can just do price. You do price that we told you." I was like, "Well, why is she telling me, an extra $5?" I know to many people, $5 is not a lot. It's not a lot. However, if of your policy, if that's what you do your business, then customers need to know it up front.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
let me ask right. So let me ask you this, Alto. I paid, I took the money out that I needed to pay for my nails and I put it on the table. Thank you. And I walked out and I did not tip her. And that is not typical of me. I am a very good tipper and I always tip people. So what do you think about that? Was I wrong for not tipping her? We can keep it honest over here because I really don't care.
Okay. So the policy was nowhere written down.
Mhm.
You walked in there and they charged you an extra
They
$5
were trying
because
to.
you have they wanted to charge you an extra $5 because you have long nails.
Right.
My dog don't like it either. Um
Right.
um
Exactly.
and then you didn't tip.
No.
Well, tipping is for the service that you got, right? So
And
if
that's
you didn't like the service that you got, then you wouldn't tip them. It's
yeah.
not like you had to tip the girl at the front desk and you didn't tip her because of the service that you got from the person that did your nails. No, you didn't tip your nail tech. So I mean, you are well within your rights to withhold your tip because they false advertisement or they
Right.
didn't fully advertise or
She just
whatever the
tried
case
to
may
throw it
be.
on me though. Like she was just and
Yeah,
they get attitudes. Like
yeah.
you just
It's
trying to tell
it's
me,
it's almost like you go to the hairdresser and you ask for a service, and then when you get there they're like, oh, you got longer hair, I'm gonna charge you 20, 30, $40 more.
"Mhm,
Nowhere on your website or your pricing list does it say if you got 10 inches of hair, I'm gonna charge you X amount of dollars extra. So I feel like as a
mhm."
service professional, all of your prices should be transparent. So if you're going to charge me extra because I have long natural nails, then you should put that in your pricing sheet.
Right.
If your nails are 2 inches long or whatever, I'm going to charge you an extra five because I'm using more nail polish, whatever the fuck that means, but
Right.
okay.
Exactly. Right. That's almost like people that sell shit on social media, but they tell you inbox them for the price.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why the fuck you
Because
why I
unless
gotta
because
inbox you?
unless it's a custom job, there's no reason for me to inbox you. You should know what the
Okay?
price is. The price
Right.
is what the price is. So,
Period. And either
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
gonna buy it or I'm not.
Or I'm
I'm the
not.
consumer. I have a decision.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I just
exactly.
thought that was interesting today. And I ain't gonna lie, I still might go back there because they cheaper than my nail tech. But I don't want her doing my nails because they are cheaper than my nail tech. I'm gonna be I mean, I don't get like I don't get the fact y'all see my nails. Don't they? I mean, they look all right. This was
Yeah,
the color that I wanted and everything. But
yeah.
yeah, sister girl gonna try and tell me $5 extra. I could listen. I can go get me some gum. I could get me a double cheeseburger because my ass always eating $5 and a soda at
Yeah.
McDonald's.
And
So
like
stop
you said,
playing.
$5 doesn't have to be a lot, but what if it was a lot for you, right? What if you
Right.
had saved up? You know what I'm saying? You down on your luck and you got to save every week until you can get your nails done once a month, and that's $5 extra that you didn't have. So, like I said,
Exactly.
the price need to be upfront. Don't
Exactly.
change the price when I sit down in the chair. That's crazy.
Okay. So I mean, you nail techs, hair salons, lash techs, whatever kind of tech you are, y'all need to make sure y'all be upfront with y'all prices to people so that they know what they getting into when they walk in. Because people not playing with y'all about these surprises. We will it'll be a boycott. Just one person, but I'm a boycott because I'm gone. Okay, all right. Now I want to start off the night with a comment that I promised I'd address for a young lady tonight. Question was, and let me put the question up because I don't like people be thinking you be clout chasing and looking for.
Uh oh.
I don't know. Hold on, let me see. Okay, okay. Here is the. Is that the question? Okay, that's not the question. Hold on. That's not the question either. Hold on, because there's a whole bunch. Okay, I don't think. Hold on, I'm gonna find that question because I need that question to be up here so that people can see what it was. Hold on, but I'll tell y'all what the question was while I'm looking for it. A young lady came in the comments today and asked me if I would bring up if I would do a video on Clarissa Shields saying that she looks like, oh, duh. It was already in there. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't mind me. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here's the question. Can you do a video on Clarissa Shields saying she looks like Yandy? Now, y'all see the images of Clarissa Shields and Yandy side by side. Okay. So I don't really know what to say about if Clarissa Shields looks like Yandy or, I mean, what do you think, Otto?
I think whatever she thinks.
You think whatever she thinks?
If she thinks she look like Yandy, then she look like Yandy. Who am I to tell that girl who she thinks she look like? If that's who she look like, then shit.
To her,
Go
right?
on, girl, to her. I
Hmm.
ain't finna tell her who she look like. Shit, she look like Clarissa Shields, but in her mind, she look like Yandy. That's not my business. I ain't finna tell that girl who she look like. She
Okay,
look like she
so
look
let me
like.
say the young lady's name is Lakia Young. So you heard what Alto said. She said she's not about to tell her and probably nobody else who they look like. If
Mm-mm.
they think they look like somebody, then they look like them. I mean, I saw a video that Clarissa Shields did the other day, and she said that people were saying she looked like Andy, she looked like Serena Williams. It's a couple other people, and you're right. People might think that they resemble somebody to them. They might see them, and other people might think that they do. Who are
Here's the
we?
thing. Who are me to judge?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know. I mean, now, if you ask me if I go ahead, what?
And if here's the thing, I look like the way I think that I look to me, you may not think the same thing. Somebody down the street may think I look like somebody, but
Right.
the person that live in the house with them don't agree. So I mean, everybody's eyes are different.
Absolutely.
I ain't finna tell that child who she look like. She look
Absolutely.
like who she look like.
I know. But I agree with you because people always think that they resemble somebody. You know what I'm saying? And people will say, "Oh my God, you remind me of such and such and such and such," right? I
Yep.
mean, people do that. So it's not for us, Lakia, to really say, in my opinion, if I was given my opinion, I would say I don't see the resemblance, but hey, we got different eyes. Everybody's got different eyes. So there's your answer. I hope that we answered it. Y'all the side by side before we move on. Okay. Okay,
Ooh-wee.
so that's Yandy Smith and Clarissa Shields. Okay. So there you have it. So y'all can be the judge if y'all think that Clarissa and Yandy look like twins or they resemble a lot or whatever. There you go. Okay. Before we move on, I would like to give a big special shout out to Karen Carr because she loves energy. And I think that is everything. So, Karen, I love you, honey. I love you, Karen. Okay, she ain't one of them Karens, I don't think. Okay. All right. So, here is something that I want to this and I'm gonna post it and read it, and then I want to know what you think about it. I'll tell you. Okay, she says that, hey, Miss Blank, I broke up with my boyfriend. I want to know if I'm being unreasonable. To make a long story short, I felt like he didn't respect my boundaries. He was officially divorced in April. We were good friends. He has an adult son with his ex wife. He kept allowing his ex wife to ride in the car with them, and she made him pay for her hotel rooms. I voiced my concerns multiple times. I thought it was so disrespectful to me. Then he cheated on me with this chick, a longtime friend.
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
Exactly.
You ain't nothing else to say. Bye.
Exactly. But that's exactly the advice that I gave her. I told her, I was like, listen, you told me that you broke up with him and you left him. That was the best thing that you could have ever done because meanwhile, people are already married, getting cheated on left, right, up, down, round in circles, and throw that ass in a circle, getting cheated on. And yet they are renewing vows out here, y'all. So
Yep.
cheating has people out here, women so insecure that they're renewing vows after the
Thinking
vows
that's
have
gonna
been
save that
broken.
marriage, and it's
I don't
not.
know how many times. Right.
Mm-mm.
So, I mean, listen, I'm just saying, okay? Now listen, I know how Alto gets with celebrity news because she's the same way when we're doing Woo Honey Wednesdays. It's so funny to watch you, but you know we get ready to get into it. Okay. So, so we have to get into Krishan Rock and Blueface. Because everybody knows Blueface is home and Blueface has packed on a couple of pounds. I keep trying to tell people when they're commenting, oh my God, what happened to him? He's so big and blah, 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 blah.
All they
I
do is eat and
told
work out.
them, okay, yeah, but in jail, you know, those chi-chis, they eat a lot of chi-chis in jail. They mix ramen with all kinds of things and stuff, and you gain weight, right?
Mhm.
You gain a lot of weight. And I know his mama Carlissa was packing on, them coins in his commissary, so the boy didn't miss a meal in there.
Ah,
Hell. I'm
they
just
eat
saying.
and work out. That's all they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. But what do you think about, all the images and videos that are going around about him and Christian? She was kissing all over his back. Yesterday they were at DDG's studio, and there's an image of baby. You got Jade and Alexis going crazy about Christian. She called her a crackhead, I guess. Being around her kids, said she didn't give permission for her kids to be around her, and yada yada, ging and yang yang. Give me your take on it, Alto, because we know you love celebrity gossip.
They all toxic. Every last one of them. They all toxic. Cause I mean, what are we even doing? Why you mad? Cause he ain't with you. He got out and went right to who he wanted to be around. It's as simple as that. He didn't want to be around you in the moment. Now he may want to be around you in a minute, but he won't be around you right then and there. What you mad for? I mean, hey, I, he ain't no catch. So if that's what you want, then okay, wait for him to come back around. I guess. Wait
I
for
mean,
him to come back
listen,
around.
did you hear him last night? I don't know if you caught that video, but right, he was reciting like lyrics and talking about, oh, I got questions, saying talking to Krishan that he got questions, and okay, guys, are we cutting off?
I think you're
Are we
back now.
cutting off?
I think you're back now.
Okay. So what I was saying was Krishan has had about 4 or 5 or 6 relationships since Blueface's short stint in jail. He had all her stuff removed from his home, and now people going in on the baby again. This poor baby. What do you think about all this? Like, I mean, it's not fair. It's not fair. He's a baby. He's innocent.
In all honesty, I've seen videos here and there, like you said, people talking about the baby, etc. Um, what I will say is she's not the only person around that baby.
Mm-hmm.
And if the people that are around her and that baby are not intervening on the behalf of that baby, if that baby needs the type of assistance that everybody thinks it does, then they got bigger problems than who doing who and all of that. Because at the end of the day, that baby's gonna keep growing up. And
Yeah.
if he has the deficits that people think that he has, it's only gonna get worse. Um, and if they don't do the interventions now willingly, it may get to a point where they won't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm talking, somebody may step in and
Mm-hmm.
force the issue, if you will.
CPS, right? Because a lot of
Yes.
people are
So,
saying that too. It's a lot of
so
people.
it, you can only ignore a problem for so long.
Right.
or try to put on the front for social media for so long.
Mhm.
When it comes time for that baby to go to school, that's when the rubber is gonna meet the road. Because you can only carry him on your hip for so long. Eventually, that
Mhm.
baby's gonna be 5, and he gonna need to be in somebody's school. And then what?
Right.
You can avoid preschool, but eventually,
Right.
that baby's gonna have to go to school.
So
So
right. But what do you think about this? We're just so we're clear on that. But you've seen pictures of the baby, right? You see people on social media saying, "Oh, the baby's blind." Does he look blind to you? Because
no,
I never seen Ray Charles' eyes, so I don't really
no.
know. Okay.
I as a parent, I've got 3 children. You can tell there's something going on. What it is, we don't know, and
Mhm.
people can speculate all they
Mhm.
want to, but until if you have not physically interacted with that child, there's no way for you to know.
Absolutely.
You can look on social media, look at clips, look at videos, and haha, this is what's wrong, but
Right.
you don't know. And I want people to kind of stop doing that and assigning diagnoses where you're
Right.
not capable of doing that. Just put that positive energy in the air, and hope the parents make the right decision, because
How about
or
just
the
pray for the
people around
baby?
that, yes, make
How
the
about
right
just pray
decision
for the baby, y'all?
and get the
Instead of
intervention
all of
that they
the,
need.
like she said, the social media diagnoses and all that. Just pray for that baby because it's a sad situation. You know what I'm saying? I've seen so many videos of situations that looked like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
I mean, all you can do is pray for that child
Yep.
because it's a lot going on. Okay.
Hmm.
And it's a lot going on with the parents too. Now, also, do you feel like, well, I mean, it's an obvious answer, but do you feel like the toxicity between Blueface's mother, you know, the father, Blueface, Krishan, because Krishan and his mother, Carlissa, they kind of go at it a lot.
Hmm.
And that's taking away from the child, though. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? People don't
Yes.
understand that when you're embattled in all this BS with, parents and stuff like that, what do the parents tend to do? They tend to keep the child away from the grandparents. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And that
Yep.
hurts the child. That's not
Yep.
helping the child. Just
No.
not.
No, not at all.
So
Um,
he needs.
I think adults, unfortunately, make poor decisions and they don't think about the child that's in the middle of it. They just think about them and their adult problems.
Right,
Somebody has to be the actual adult and think
right,
about that baby, because if they don't, is in the end, the baby is the one that's going to lose out.
right. Absolutely. So true. So true. We got to get a hand clap on that. Okay. Everybody's in one row. Thank you, Richie. Okay, now listen, I want to go back real quick before I even go back, Blueface, if you hear this message, if you see this message, where's Angela? Because I mean, I was been type of hope your savior, and when you got out of jail, you was gonna be in a new relationship and starting your life over, still being in your kids' lives, doing what you need to do as a father. But I still have hope for Blueface. And I know people are like, well, why you got hope for Blueface? I got a little bit of hope for everybody. Well, almost. But hopefully he gets his life together and for the sake of all of those children, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just not fair to the children. Um, okay. I want to circle back to the story that we wrapped up with this woman right here with this situation. Okay, hold on. Okay. So I want to follow up by saying this about that. this is why so many people, women, okay, not just women, but a lot of women, they snap. Okay, they snap. People act surprised when women snap because they've invested all this time, okay, emotions, energy, and everything else that is invested when you think you're in a relationship, but then find out the man ain't no good. Okay. Now, he's a professional liar, okay, a serial cheater, and some of them end up with meat cleavers on the side or worse. And I know many of y'all gonna say, well, you should just walk away. But everybody isn't equipped to just walk away. They need to be made whole. I need to be made. Okay. Okay. They want a refund on all of those things that I just mentioned above: time, energy, feelings, trust, all invested only to find out you on some bullshit. So tell me what you think about that though, Alto. Like, I know that, we're not advocating for violence, guys. Okay. But if we're gonna be honest, I know y'all watch Snapped, y'all watch the ID channel, and y'all watch all Lifetime and shit, right? Y'all see these women, they get tired of all this, the cheating, the energy, the waste of time, and all that, and they gonna put a bullet in your ass or a meat cleaver behind your head. I mean, some of us got to be made whole, okay? But at least she didn't marry him, find out he was a serial cheater, then renew those vows. That's a new level of stupidity and desperation right there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But tell me what you think about that, though. I'm serious because that's real. That is real. They
People,
snap. People snap.
here's the thing. I'm gonna be real honest. I don't believe that people actually I don't believe that people I'm gonna have to
You better get it
explain
right.
this.
You
I
better
don't
get it right.
believe that people actually snap.
Okay.
I believe that the people that do snap, in quotation marks, were crazy in the first place. And the person that was
Crazy.
dealing
You
with
calling me
them,
crazy? But
hey,
you calling me crazy?
have you snapped and
I
committed
did.
a felony? Now, if you snapped and committed a felony, then hey, maybe I am talking about
Listen,
you. But
I love
however,
my freedom too much. I love my freedom
exactly.
too much. Yeah.
So that means you're not crazy. The people that snap in that fashion and commit those type of felonies
Yeah.
were crazy in the first place, and the person that was dealing with them chose to ignore the red flags. With that being said, you don't know who is hiding some crazy. So
Mhm.
you need to be careful when you out here cheating and lying and deceiving and doing all of these things, because you may be ignoring them red flags, and then that red flag mess around and you end up in a body bag. Bars.
Right. Okay. Let me see something. I think somebody else said, we all over the place, y'all. We're gonna go back to the Shields comment because I had another one that came in that I want to talk about. But okay, so I do honestly think though that people snap. I think that people snap because people's spirits get broken. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could be so in love with someone else. They're listening, man or female. It doesn't matter because men snap too. Hell. But people could be so in love, so into a person. You know what I mean? Being vulnerable with them and all these things. And then they find out something crazy. And then that person's like, oh my God, I wasted all this time. And they just not, a lot, they call it what? Crimes of passion.
Yeah. Yep.
I believe I'm not setting up an alibi. Got one up on me because I ain't setting up no alibi. I'm just simply saying. Okay. I'm just simply saying. Okay. I ain't setting up no alibis over here.
Okay.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Alto. If you knew that your so called friend hid some information from you, but played in your face for years, and you found out about it later, but they might not be aware that you know, respond as your zodiac sign and tell us what your zodiac sign is.
So I had a friend, a longtime friend is okay. Let's make sure I understand the scenario. I have a longtime friend, and they withheld some information from me,
Mhm.
and then I found out about it,
But they don't know that you know.
but they don't know that I know. Okay.
Respond as your zodiac sign and make sure you tell us what your zodiac sign is.
Okay. Silence and disappear. I am a Cancer. What sign am I? I am a Cancer. I'm a
Can you
July Cancer to be
can
specific.
you repeat?
Silence and disappear. I'm gone because probably I already knew. Probably I already knew. And so I just exited stage left with no
But let me ask you
explanation.
this. Right. But how diabolical? A lot of people will look at that as diabolical because they're like, you know how people always have societal traditions and norms says, oh no, if you was a real friend, you would address that situation. Yeah, no, not
No,
not really. Because
no,
especially when a motherfucker know what they did, okay?
yeah,
And then later on they followed up with some other bullshit that they tried, and then you just start putting all the pieces together and things make sense. Oh
yep,
yeah, yeah.
yep.
So she responded as a Cancer, and she said that she would be silent and disappear. And I would just say the same thing because that's what I would do as a full blooded, cold blooded, will leave you bloodied Virgo. I love it. Let me ask you this if you agree or disagree. Women today are more happy being alone and doing life on their own terms without a man. Being happily single is a thing, y'all. Okay. So, my question, okay, do you agree with that?
Being happily single is a thing.
It is a thing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The caveat to that is making sure that you are not gaslighting yourself into believing that you are happily single.
Mhm.
Um, there are people who have just gotten tired of the bullshit,
Mhm.
and so they are just like, I just don't, and they just don't want to do it anymore. And those are people that are happily single because they're just like, they have made a decision. I'm just not gonna do it no more. I will date, I will all of the things, but I won't pour myself into a relationship, and that's fine. But the people that are just I don't know, for lack of a better word, have PTSD and they're running from relationships, that's a different situation. But
Right.
I do believe that there are many, 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 many women that are happily single because they
And
have
men.
and enjoying life.
Yep.
They then and don't get it twisted. Happily single does not mean celibate. Happily single means they are happily
That's what
not
I'm
in a
saying.
relationship.
Right.
Yes,
There and it's the same for men. There are men that are happily single. There are men that just don't want to get married, and
yes,
that's okay. But
yes.
I feel like the bigger conversation is, you know, are y'all playing with people's feelings and are y'all letting them know that this is, there is no long-term goal with you, ma'am or sir.
There are people, the people that know for a fact that they do not want this, the ones that are steadfast in their decision, they are letting people know. Now the ones that's on that bullshit, no, they're not telling people, and then the person is gonna get all invested in them.
Mhm.
And but but let me say this. That also comes with having conversations with people, right? People don't talk anymore. People don't have deep conversations anymore. They don't talk future forward. They don't talk about what they want and what they desire. So sometimes it's not even the person themselves, but it's also the other person that's not having those conversations or avoiding those conversations or not listening when that person is
Right.
saying,
Right.
yeah, I think I'm cool. I'm gonna just stay single, or I don't ever want to get married, or I don't ever want to have children. Or when they use language like that, believe them. Believe them because they mean it. If someone says to you, I don't ever want to get married, not I don't know if I ever want to get married, or I'm not sure if I don't want to have children. That's like, they're not sure. They don't know.
Right.
Someone says,
But
I don't ever want this,
right.
believe them. And
Right.
then you have to say
Because
to
you can't
yourself,
change that.
you can't change their mind. So you have to say to yourself, do I want to stay here or do I want to go somewhere else with this person that knows, yes, they do want to get married, or maybe not. I'm not sure. It kind of depends on how it goes, because a lot of people don't know they want to get married until they want to get married, right? But people that know they don't want to get married do not want to get married. People that know they don't want to have children, they know it. They are not confused about it. They know these things. And those are the people that you want to avoid
Right.
if that's not where your head is at.
Unless y'all are on the same type of
Unless you're
time.
exactly, y'all got to be on the same time. If y'all not on the same time, it's not going to work. Somebody's feelings going to get hurt, and it's probably going to be yours if you the one that want to get married or
Right.
have children or
Right.
whatever.
Right. Right. Absolutely correct. I agree. Hey, my girl. So let me ask you though, Alto, could you be happily single?
I was happily single.
You were happily single. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I learned
Hmm.
how to get them little answers. Look at that little grin on her face, y'all. Look at that little grin. You can see it. Okay, listen. Why do people be on social media? Why do people on social media think that they can say what they want to folks under their pages, but the expectation is that you're supposed to not respond? See, I've gone from responding heavily to relaxing my tongue, okay, on people, but when is enough enough?
Social media makes people tough. So they're gonna say what they want, but like you said, they don't expect anybody to say something back, especially when it comes down to a person being a so-called or actual influencer or social media personality or whatever, because it's almost like, how maybe you go to a store or whatever, and you in there flipping off at the mouth, and the worker is not really saying anything because they want their job. People feel that way about social media folks.
Mhm,
I can say whatever I want, but if they want to get monetized, if they want to stay popular, they're not going to say nothing to me because I can get them canceled. So
mhm.
that's why people act foolish on social media, because the person that they're acting foolish with, they feel like they have them backed into a corner because, cancel culture and all of the things. But, they're going to catch the wrong one on the right day and it's not going to
Okay.
go well for them.
But also, not only are they going to catch the wrong one, wait, what is it? The right one on the wrong
The
day?
right one on the wrong day, wrong one on
Right.
the right
Not
day. It don't
only
even matter. It's the day.
but everybody. Okay, let me give a little. Everybody don't need social media to live. Okay,
Exactly.
everybody that's
Exactly.
monetized, it's a gift. It ain't a
Hmm.
living. And
Yep.
some of us have real lives
Yep.
where we're good.
Yep.
If you
Whether
monetize,
you follow or not, whether you comment or not, I'm still smooth. My light's gonna stay on. But in this world of
cancel
everybody
culture.
that's on social media must be getting money off of this, they people feel like they can get away with whatever they want. And
Right.
it's anonymous, right? You don't know where these people live. So in their mind, so what if I get into a back and forth, typing battle with this person? It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
They don't know me.
Keyboard bullies. Keyboard
Right.
bullies. I think it's so sad though, because like I mean, Alto, have you ever looked at the stuff that people comment, the stuff they be saying? And it's just like, this comment don't even make sense. If you go and say something with your chest, at least puff it out and make it make sense. It don't make sense. I be reading
None.
comments and I'm just like, what are they saying here? I feel for you. Okay. Yeah. Listen. All right. What do folks get out of lying, Alto? Lying in general, just lying on folks, but most importantly, lying to themselves and convincing themselves that their behavior is acceptable because it's accepted by the people around them who don't care to fact check them or even know the truth.
Liars gonna lie.
Mhm.
They
I'm
don't liars get attention from lying.
mhm.
That's what they get attention from lying. Whatever their lie is, they get attention from it. People pay attention to them, people get into arguments with them, whatever the case may be. So they get attention
People
from
turn
the
against
lie.
other people because of their lies.
Exactly. So
Okay.
they're getting whatever it is that they're looking for.
Right.
People lie to achieve something, whether
Right.
it be to save themselves, whether it be to start some shit, whether it be like you said to turn people against other people. That's what they're getting out of it.
That's what they're getting out of it, right? I mean, just lying for what? Just running around, just lying. I mean, these are Alto. These are professional liars out here. We have professional. I'm talking about PhD type lies. They lie that good. They should. They really should receive a degree in lying.
Mhm.
PhD level professional,
Yep.
bachelor's degrees, masters in lies.
Yep.
Okay, we almost done. Wow. Okay, so listen, a question. Clearly, some folks, okay, are not mentally equipped to handle just how harsh social media can be. And they probably should disconnect their Wi Fi. Okay. But a
Hmm.
little while back, I had a woman in my comments, okay, who asked me to please put up a disclaimer on bullying. Okay. She wanted me to put that on my Instagram page. And I did. I put it on my Instagram page. And the
What,
reason
like
she was
bullying won't be tolerated or something? Like
okay,
what?
let me tell you, because the reason she was asking was because she made a comment on a post and other people replied comments. They commented on her comment. They didn't agree with
Hmm.
her or whatever. Okay.
Hmm.
So people replied to her comment and she felt bombarded and bullied. So a few
Okay.
weeks ago, I posted something else. And let's just say it was a repeat of just what I said. She flew to my DMs again and said I didn't protect her. And she has to take a break from my page. Then she switched it and said, I have to just unfollow you and get my information from another platform. I hadn't responded yet. I don't know if that's what it was. Then she says, "Ha ha, thanks for the money because
For the money.
I patronized her business a couple of years ago."
Okay.
So she says, "Ha ha, thanks for the money." I
Oh,
said, I purchased from your business. I'm
right.
confused. I purchased from your business. So you're supposed to get paid if somebody purchases something from your business, but why ha 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 thanks for the money. And mind you, this girl is like 40. We just talked about things that we need to stop doing after we're 40, right? We just talked about this a couple of days ago. So she went on this long ass crazy unhinged rant because she wasn't getting what she wanted from me. So my question to you is, what are your thoughts on people and their mental health and social media? And are you supposed to be the comment police? I know
No.
social media is very harsh, okay? It's a harsh climate for some if you're not built for it. And everybody ain't built for social media. If you can't take a clap back or somebody disagreeing with you on a comment, what you doing on here?
Social media is not for everybody. Um, like you said, if you can't take that clap back, then you don't need to make comments because someone is bound to say something about a comment that you make on a post, especially if your comment is maybe something that folks could disagree with. If you just make a general, "Oh, girl, that's pretty," that's a nice
Right,
neutral comment.
right.
Nobody's gonna say anything. But if you make a full on comment about whatever it is, someone's gonna disagree with you, or someone's gonna agree with you, but somebody's gonna say something.
Right.
You can't have thin skin if you want to interact on social media. And yes, maybe it's not for you, and you need to take a break from it. If you decide to unfollow somebody just because they didn't protect you, if you fighting for your life in somebody's comments, that's between you and them folks. Just get out the comments.
But let me
Stop
ask you,
replying.
right,
Like,
but let me ask you this. I wonder if they go to the other platforms, the large platforms, and ask them to protect them and put up clauses in their on their platforms. Because I
it
can
depends on
guarantee,
the person. They might just be just that crazy. Cause some people, yes, some people are just off. And I don't know this person. I don't know, but I feel like some people are just like that. And they feel like the person whose page they're on, oh my God, how dare you not protect me because I said this thing, and you should put a disclaimer on your page. Listen, we all know that bullying happens on social media. It happens all
unfortunately.
the time. It happens 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and twice on Sunday. However, if you can't take the heat, get your ass out the kitchen. Stop coming. Cause say it in your room. Say it to yourself. Girl, that bitch crazy. Just say it to yourself. Don't type it because you're gonna get a reply and your feelings gonna get hurt. And it is not Miss Hollywood's place or anybody else's place to protect you in these comments. As simple as that. You
It's
grown.
wild in these comment streets, okay? It's like the wild, wild west. But I can tell you what, you go to another platform, let's just say the Shade Room. I don't name drop platforms, but if you go there and you think that they're not even gonna respond to your goofy ass.
No,
Okay.
no.
They're not even going to respond to your goofy,
Mm-mm.
sensitive, need to disconnect, disable password to the Wi-Fi. Okay. So don't come on here thinking that I am going to have my magnifying glass and be Magnum PI up here checking for comments to protect you. I'm not your damn comment bodyguard.
Mm-mm.
Okay? God
Yeah,
damn.
they'll be all
It's
right.
weird. It's so weird.
They gonna be all right. They gonna be
Yeah,
all right with
I
their
hope so.
weirdness. Whether
Damn.
you protect them or not, they gonna be just fine.
Okay. So let me get to this last question. I don't think we're gonna get our Sunny D tonight. I'm not sure what happened, guys, but I'm gonna get to this last question. I would love to know what you think. I'll tell. Why do people think that just because someone has a different opinion or view of you than you, they're a hater? Did you hear the question?
Because people are silly. We don't live in a cookie cutter society. Don't even none of us look alike. Even though folks tend to say all black people look alike, but that's neither here nor there.
Or they look
Um,
like Andy Smith.
however, um, people have not been okay. So we are of a certain age, and when we went to school, there was like debate club, and people learned how to agree and disagree and have different opinions
Yes.
and be okay with that.
Okay.
It's
Yes.
okay when people don't agree with you. That's fine. That's the spice of life. We're not gonna always agree, and that doesn't mean that we're not friends. That doesn't mean that I'm a hater, whatever the fuck. It doesn't mean that. It just means I don't agree with what your point of view is.
No matter what
And
you say or how you try to put it, I don't agree.
and quiet has been kept. If everybody agreed, the world would be real fucking boring. We don't you don't want to live somewhere where everybody agrees with everything that you say. I mean, your kids don't even fucking agree with you. So what you think some grown adults gonna do? You arguing with your 5-year old. So because they don't agree with whatever the fuck it is that you told them to do.
Okay.
So in what world is a grown adult supposed to agree with everything you say? That's nonsense. Get out of
And
here.
and I have to say to myself that I don't think that that makes anybody a hater because they don't agree
No.
with your
Mm-mm.
perspective, or they don't think that you're beautiful or cute, or that you look like Andy Smith or whoever else. Doesn't make
Yeah.
any. It doesn't make them a
It
hater.
doesn't matter. And you're not
And you
gonna
know,
die
you
if
what
they
else?
don't agree with you anyway.
Right. You know what else I get a lot of, and I see it not just under my post, but under a lot of different posts. People when they feel like they're I don't know what they're feeling like because I'm not in their minds. Thank you, Jesus. But you know what they always say? Oh, but I bet y'all bank account don't match. I bet y'all ain't got the money they got. What does that have to do with anything? What point is that making?
People think it's a flex to try to count somebody else's pocketbook. I don't give a ain't nobody's pocketbook I'm counting but my own.
That's
I
it.
got that's the only money I care about. I don't care about nobody else's money. So, oh, I don't like I don't know whatever fucking celebrity they did something and it pissed me off and I'm like that's just stupid. But I bet they bank account. I don't give a damn.
Right.
It doesn't matter. It
That's
was
the
still stupid
exact
what they
example.
did.
That is the exact. I'm telling you. Oh, such and such and such and such. This and that. But I bet you can't match their bank account. Well,
Yours don't either. That's the thing.
what does that have to do with the
It has nothing to
conversation?
do with anything.
Nothing.
But
People just love talking.
I think it is the materialistic world that we live in. We all live in it. We know, you know what I'm saying? And so people believe that the ability to buy, purchase whatever, wear whatever, have whatever, spend whatever
Mhm.
is the ultimate, but it's really not
It's really
because
not.
yeah, your bank account is full, but your head is fucking empty. So
Okay.
none of that fucking matters.
Every time I see that, I'm just like, what relevance, sir, or what relevance, ma'am, does that have to do with what this person just commented? None. You sound
None.
crazy. You
But that
sound really
is
crazy.
that is the world that we live in. The shallow,
See,
shallow
now,
world that we live in.
but have you ever seen that somebody comment like that?
Oh yeah. All the time. All the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Okay, guys, before we go tonight, let me address this message real quick because I don't know what it meant. I said I wasn't going to curse. I think I said a couple curses tonight already, but I'm gonna try to not cuss no more.
Oh, yeah. You still got the cuss jar? You're gonna have to start putting money in it.
What you owe me some money then? The hell? Okay, so let's see this. Blaze Wando. Okay. Said the chat with Miss Hollywood. Fail. LAMO. Take that makeup off and post a video. Excuse me? Take the makeup off and post a video. I don't wear makeup, sir. Number one. But number two, what the F are you talking about? He was talking about a geisha video where she was talking about Layla Ali and Clarissa Shields stuff. I'm still trying to figure out what does this mean? What is this? Blaze Wando, hit me up in the inbox because I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about. I did it without cussing.
We can't interpret comments.
Blaze Wando.
Good job. No cussing for
Blaze
you.
Wando. So listen, if you guys have any questions, if you have any topics that you want us to talk about, DM me or go to the chat on MissHollywood.com and we'll be happy to talk about whatever you want to on this show. We don't care. We don't run. We don't throw rocks and hide our hands. We just say, what it is, or we give our opinions on it. Because hell, we don't know. Going back to Clarissa Shields really quick because there was, oh shoot, did I delete the message? I think I did. There was another, okay, here, let me go in here. I can read it real quick. Hold on. I'll read it for y'all. Somebody commented and said that, let's see if I can find it. Can I find it? Let me see. I got it, guys. I got it. Okay, so this person said, so looking at Clarissa and Yandy, their noses are a little similar. Teeth a little bit, but Yandy's face is more polished than Clarissa's. I would never mistake Clarissa Shields for Yandy Smith. Yandy has soft eyes. Clarissa has killer eyes. No shade. I mean, these are not our observations, our opinions. I clearly gave my opinion, and I mean, my opinion doesn't matter to Clarissa Shields or anybody else that thinks that they resemble, somebody else. But in my opinion, I don't see the resemblance. But if she does, good on her, because Yandy's a pretty girl. So people might want to look like Yandy or Remy. All right, guys, we love y'all. Have a good night. Love. Woo, honey. We'll see y'all next time. Do you want to leave them with anything?
It's only Tuesday. That's it.
She always have these one damn liners. It's only Tuesday, y'all.
It's only Tuesday.
Woo! We'll be back. Have a good night. Stay safe. Bye.